Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
And I am Mike.
And today, Sunday Funday. What are we doing today for Sunday Funday? I changed it up a little bit. I was going to do the best of the best. I was going to do the winners of each one of these guys. But one of you guys just suggested you wanted to do like a mid-year like top list that we have. So these all came out this year. So I wanted to actually put the four bangers head to head and see how it went. So this one is the Booker's 2025-01. I don't know exactly what's going on over here on the left. It's 125.7 proof. We got it for $99.99. Against the Craig A125, it's 118.2 proof. We got this one for $74.99. Against the Larceny A125, this is 125 proof even, which is funny. I wanted to double check. We got it for $64.86. Against the Bernheim, which is the A225, it's 125.4 proof, and we got it for $74.99. So being that you wanted to know, these are four very good bottles that we've had this year, and there's a good chance so far they're going to be somewhere in our top 10 because we haven't had a lot of real bangers going on. So I wanted to see actually how they would place anyways. We can always do the best of the best. I have it written down. We can do it in the future anyway. So normal Mystery Mash Monday, or whatever we call this, mix-up rules. Mike pours them, I'm out of the room. I shuffle him, he's out of the room. We will be drinking the same thing at the same time. You will see what we're drinking while we're doing it because I actually run a B-roll. And we will guess and look like buffoons, but I'm really curious to see how this goes. So last number one.
I don't think it's going to be a sad day.
I think it's going to be a very excellent day. I don't know if I'll be able to guess which one is which, but
I say it every time too, but I always do, and then I fail miserably.
There's a couple people that said, you know, they're curious to see, like, is Bernheim better than Larceny and this and that. I said, I want to put it against all of them. I want to see where it actually lands.
I think it's going to do okay.
Not cranking on the nose yet.
I jumped. That's exactly. I'm like, is this a Booker's right off the bat?
Mm-hmm. Not lacking in flavor, whatever it is.
Nope.
I'm my first sip of the day. That was a punch in the face. That's
well, they're all going to be.
That's a fine. How do you do right there? Yeah. Again,
I may have to lean to that.
I do believe all of these. We enjoyed all of them this year so far.
Some legs.
Yeah, no, this is. I'm not exactly sure which one I'm drinking.
Really doesn't have a nose though.
No, it doesn't. Which that makes you think it's a Booker's, but
hey, I got a B over there just for starters.
That also starts with B. Just to let you in on a little hint. That has a nice mixology.
Oh,
just trying to help you. Trying to help you with your hieroglyphics over
there.
No,
because that one, I remember the Bernheim did have a little sparkle to it, but I think it has a better nose. But I do like the taste of that. So
no, one is start. Again. I agree with you. There's not going to be a loser on the table. You know what I mean? The only loser is the people that aren't drinking it right now because these are freaking going to be 4 good bottles, hands down.
And who get hit? Some of them can't get them.
Bernheim
and Booker's is kind of a...
Bernheim is tough for us, but you guys actually pointed out that they think they said Bernheim's only twice a year. No wonder why we only have an A and a B, and we never found a C. But
I think that would help us out with that.
Yeah, Mary did, and a couple other people confirmed it. So, thank you for that.
Yes.
But, again, but
we learn as we go.
We've still yet to find like an A and a B in the same year. Like we have like a B one year, an A one year.
Random. Then
this one's not cranking out either.
A little more caramel though.
A little more, but not.
There's really no
Weller nose jumping out.
No, definitely not a Weller nose.
I can't remember the last time I had a Weller, to be honest with you.
It was in a blind, I think we just had one.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was a couple weeks ago though.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little more caramel-esque in the nose.
Oh, way better viscosity right there. Again, glass one gets a bad rep, but I think that one coated. It was a little more oily in the mouth. It seemed to coat a little bit better.
I might have even got a little hint of a nut in that one.
That's going to be the tricky part because I think
sometimes
all of
this
these
one does.
Yeah, no, that does 99 out of 10. Booker does, but Heaven Hill gives you a nut sometimes too. So
it was right off the bat though. It gave me a light nut in the beginning. So
this has a way better nose than one did. I can say that. Way more caramel-esque flavors going on in the nose.
That's pretty much it. It is a caramel, but it might have been a little easier drinker too.
I think it's a little more oily. It coats a little bit better.
But
It brings
have,
a lot
it
more
does,
flavor.
It does have a lot more flavor, but
Way
it doesn't
more
have
flavor.
it doesn't have as much of a kick.
No.
I'm gonna put
No.
that a little ahead, and I get.
And again,
I do
one
get
gets a bad rap,
I do
but-
get a slight nut in that one, so I'm gonna move that one ahead a little bit.
Not sure what it could be yet, but man, that is
I'm
hanging.
a little lost on that.
That
one.
is hanging on.
What?
That is like I don't even want to take a drink. That because I swish that all over the place. Every single thing it touched, it'd cling to it. I'm
Well,
gonna
it's
have to
just
go.
what it costs.
One gets a bad rep on all the time. We'll see on the way back through, but I put that a little bit ahead over one myself.
It just had a little bit. It kind of had two flavors in there versus
Yeah,
the one for me. And the nose was better.
yeah. It was almost a fruit in the front of the nose. I thought.
I did. But
I wasn't sure, so
thought
I
I
didn't
might have
say
got
it,
a
but
little
I
bit of
think,
that
yeah.
in 4 in the pregame when you were yapping.
Oh, I was like, we didn't even get the 4 yet.
One of us is faster.
One of us cheating. There's no faster about it.
Not really
This one
getting
has
much. You getting? I'm not getting much.
No, it's
three.
closer to 2 than it is to 1, though.
I'm not sure about that.
No,
It's weak at best.
I'm getting a caramel on this one. Mm.
The sweetness in the start of this one.
Way different flavor than 2, though.
There's a sweetness.
I'll go
To
with your
start,
sweetness.
I'm not really getting a nut. I do get a little end drizzle on it.
It was a lighter flavor too. The whatever 2 was, man, that is viscous as all heck, though. Woo, that just sits on your tongue. I don't hate any part of either one of them.
It is
actually
a different profile.
You know, we say this a lot, and this is going to be a tough one to pick. It really is, because these are 3 banging bottles so far. Whatever these first 3 are, there's no. Oh, the nose improved vastly when you take a sip out of it. I'm almost getting a hint of a light milk chocolate in this one. Just a hint of it, like a. Not a dark chocolate, like a milk chocolate.
It's got a light oak finish though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of. This was close. I'm gonna leave that close to 2.
Man, it's a lightness when you drink it. Like you said, a sweetness. It's almost like a sugary sweetness that lightens up the. Man, that hangs on for days though.
It does,
and it does
It does
finish with
hang
like
on.
it does
2 and
finish with a
3.
nice oaky.
It does have a
finish.
nice end
It
oak
does.
drizzle in this one.
So the flavor you go in the beginning, which would be like almost like a light, bright caramel in the beginning, you know, or you can go with your, you know, if you want to give all the flavor, the brown sugar, the vanilla, and all the things that kind of make that caramel less. And then you get, man, it actually finishes with a nice oak, and it coats and it hangs.
It definitely did hang.
It's still in my mouth, and I'm babbling over here.
I'm surprised. I thought one of these would have a way better nose.
Now they will after we take our break and come back. It always takes a little bit to wake up.
Yeah,
I did have the windows
kinda
open all night
bullshit
up
for a
here,
bit,
though. I
too.
had the windows open all night. It was only 51 degrees, so when I came in this morning, so it could be that too. Man.
Another sweetness start.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually close to the 3 profile. I don't know if it quite hangs.
Whatever the
on,
last 3 I drank, way thicker than 1, and I don't know if it was just because it was my first drink and it was hitting me with all the proof.
It seemed
but
to be
these-
hotter. It did.
These last 3
Are
have
easier
drank
a
like
little bit.
super thick, like
But they hang
coat-
on. I don't know
Yeah.
if this one quite hangs on as much as 3 though.
I don't know about that. It's right there. This is gonna be a tough one to pick a winner.
Mm-hmm.
They're all slightly different on the nose and on the palate. It's gonna be okay. Which one do I like? But
Yeah, what are
none
you
of
preferring
them,
now?
huh?
What are you preferring now? Is gonna
Yeah,
be
that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a tough choice. Actually, there's gonna be a lot of knickknacking going on
that's
coming
why
back.
I'm going light.
Mm-hmm. I know you guys can't see it, but whatever 4 is, has got legs for days. That's just like coating my whole glass. Well, there you go. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back in 1 minute.
1 minute.
So, all right. So we are back. We're gonna start on the right, work our way left. I didn't say it. We cleansed that palate. We bullshitted for a while, so you know the nose is gonna.
Phone calls in between the nose
Yeah.
jumped out immensely.
Yeah, that always is the case.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a yummy.
Mm. Man, I'm hoping I can at least pick the bookers out, but these are 4 excellent whiskeys. That's all. There's no other way to put this. These are 4 very good. Come on, you hit me under the table. 4 very good whiskeys. It's gonna be a knick-knack trying to figure out which one we like better. Don't hit my mic.
Still, it is tasty.
It is very good. It's a great start on the way back. I can tell you that. You take my second. He's already on it. Hold on.
Are you going 2?
No, you can. I always go 2.
All right, let me go 2. Because I know you're going to knick-knack like Banshee off this one.
You do you. I'm all set. Man, that is very good. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick which bottles are which, and it really doesn't matter. It's going to be hard enough trying to figure out which one I like better. That is a good start.
Not a huge travel in there, though.
You said that on the way down. I don't.
It's not really hitting me in like a multiple flavor.
Okay.
It's.
I thought you meant longevity. It sticks.
No, that part.
Okay.
But it sticks around that way. But there's not a multiple flavor for me in this one.
I got you. More like the one note flavor.
It's not drinking super hot to me.
No,
I thought one was drinking hotter than this one.
I agree. I thought one was actually the hottest one on the table.
So, and that could be
it could be because it was the first one, right?
So we'll see. But it's almost a marshmallow in here now. Like when you open a bag, poof, marshmallow. For all those Memorial Day people that were roasting s'mores.
Oh, that one had way better viscosity. It actually like pounced on my tongue, as the other one just kind of got on my tongue.
No, and there's
a pop rocky
middle in here.
Nut. Okay, yeah. I'll check that. I didn't get that. It was just like a explosion of flavor when it hit my
there's
tongue.
way more flavor.
Yeah.
I'm actually pulling 4 back now.
Yeah, it was almost like fireworks went off.
It was way more flavor
with a hit.
Yeah, and it still hangs. It's got longevity with this one.
Oh
too,
yeah,
so.
but it might even be longer than.
I don't know if I actually got as much sweetness, but I got like a middle nut. So
I'm not getting a nut on that nose though. So much. But.
Oh, but like right when you start to swallow, it gets nutty, and then it has like a light oak residue.
When you say that, I always say, well, that's where my oak is. So I'm wondering if your nut is my oak.
No, it has a light oak residue. It starts off with like a nutty flavor to me, and then
for sure. Yeah,
and I like that way better.
No, I agree. So far, that jumps ahead of what Ford did. We'll see when we go back and forth.
Two's nose didn't really increase by a lot. It's just a mild caramel for me.
I can't remember which one was like lighter when I drank it, but that 3D coming off of 4 came with a robust flavor. There wasn't no lightness in there.
No, yes.
Yeah.
And 4 actually was a little
but I thought
easier,
I thought 3 coming off of 2, it had like a lighter, brighter flavor. You know what I mean? So it did not coming off of 4.
2's probably got the sweetest nose right now.
Oh, that's no slouch either.
No,
man.
but I get a bigger nut in the middle of this one with a light oak residue.
I don't get your nut today.
You don't usually get it from
no,
but
not,
I don't get
whatever you're getting.
So
nut.
I don't get your licorice either.
No,
so,
I
you know what
know.
I mean?
I do get a nut when I taste an actual nut, but I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it.
How will you interpret your licorice? And
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not.
I think there's a better ride in 2 right now.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I think 2 and 3 are very close.
Right off
but I think I like that explosion that 3 brought me a little bit better. But it's
still tingling on my tongue
for the finish. Yeah, but like right before I swallowed 3, it went and it like exploded with flavor. So I don't know.
The profiles are kind of similar.
Yeah. Very good.
so for me, it's like a little bit of a nut to an oak finish, a sweetness in the beginning. There might have been more sweetness in 3.
I think there was a little more oak in 3 too. Like at the finish, I think it was a little bit,
right here, though. It's
stronger.
still
But
there.
man, that's going to be so far. Those are the ones to beat for sure. I think it carried a little bit more than 4 did.
And again, one's nose is, I don't know. I'm missing one's nose here. Are you getting like maybe a hint of a fruit? That's about all I'm getting out of this.
Yeah.
I am. I'm getting like a light green grape.
That's
and
stretching.
that's not even like a mad scent.
Mm-mm. I thought for sure I would know which one Booker's was, but I'm not getting a heavy peanut in any of these.
I'm still leaning towards one is Booker's.
That's in my head. I thought that, but it's
Because
always weird when you have it at one, but you pour them and I shuffle them. So and it doesn't matter just because they're lined up this way. It doesn't mean that's the way you pour or anything. So that's the whole thing.
I
purposely
do switch,
don't.
I
No, I know
switch
that. But it's always
which
funny that
angle.
I switch them different every time. So it's funny that we could hit bottles
I
as
suck
they
at the
sit.
switching part. I get confused. I'm better at doing what I do with the laying out the bottles. I forget how many times I twist my hands and then be like, fuck, I don't remember which one I just did.
That's why I write it down. I just want to stress for the record, there's not a loser on this table. That one is very good too.
It doesn't seem to be drinking as hot either.
No, it doesn't. Now that it's not
very,
drink one.
I'm almost convinced that that's Booker's.
It
That
could be.
That's really getting nuttier now.
I'll throw up a guess. I really don't have one right now because I don't know what to do with any of these. These are actually 4 excellent whiskeys. And other than even this one, they're all sub $100.
It's pretty funny because I'm
kind
like
of the same way.
I'm kind of 2, 3, 1, 4.
Yeah, and I'm like 3, 2, 1, 4. But it's all preliminary because we're gonna do head-to-head battles right now. We're gonna take a quick break. It'll be 1 second for you. We're gonna finalize our order. We'll be back. All right, so we are back. And I just want to say one more time, these are 4 very good bottles. This was a hard one to try to decide. I threw a random guess. I think Booker's might be 1, Larceny 2, Elijah 3, and Bernheim 4. I could be 1,000% wrong on the bottles, but I think we pretty much got the ones that are there. So,
and I went Booker's, Elijah, Bernheim, and Larceny.
All right. So we're going to find out how we actually picked them on there. But again, if you can get any of these are 4 excellent bottles on their own. We were pulling hairs.
It's been a while.
You know, there actually isn't even a bad one. 1, 2, 3, or 4. It doesn't matter what position they came in. All we could say is whatever 4 is, and I'm hitting this bottle because it happens to be the 4th bottle. Whatever 4 is was the easiest drinker out of all of them.
Which is weird.
But not in a bad way.
No.
It just was the easiest out of all of them.
This one started off, but again, it was our first drink of the day, so maybe that's why it kicked up the most. But I agree with you.
Yeah,
whatever
was
4
the
easiest of drinking.
And we actually picked that as our last place. But again, there's not a loser on the table. But it just drank the easiest. But it was still the viscosity. It all lasted for days. So
it will hang around.
Our last place bottle was in glass number 4, and it's what you put in glass number 1.
Wow, 1, Elijah Craig.
So Elijah Craig actually lost. That's funny.
And
I actually thought it was the winner. So there it is. So okay. So our 3rd place glass, what was in glass number 1? You got the right side of the pad. I saw you checking. Okay, you scared me. So is 3rd place is in glass number 1. It's what you put in glass number 4.
4 was Larceny.
Larceny came. Wow.
So where?
No, I'm totally shocked on what this is all going to be because now it's between. Yeah, I heard him. It's between Booker's and Bernheim. So our 2nd place glass is what's in glass number 2, and it's what you put in glass number 3.
3 was Bernheim.
So
Booker's pulled it off.
You know,
it's first.
It's funny. So the funny thing with whatever 3 was, I didn't get a big note, but it was spicy. It was spiky. It was an explosion of flavor in your mouth today. And, Again, we haven't done this though. Booker's only we haven't really put Booker's up against anything on there. But
Not this year.
no, we're
but-
not in a
well,
lot
not-
of years. We always put Bookers against Bookers.
Yeah.
We never put it against everything else. But the big shocker, and to answer your question, is Bernheim good? Yeah, it beat the other two this year. So I will have to do the best of when we don't have anything else to do, like the winners of all of Bookers and of all of these, and try to figure out what actually came out. But this one, if you can find it on the Bernheim, because a couple of you asked,
It
is
is
as good
it's a
and
nice week.
better than what these two drank.
Mhm.
And I absolutely loved the Larceny when we cracked that this year.
We liked
So,
all of them, but
Yeah.
when you put all of them together, they're all very good. So
We
we were like nitpicking. We have been here for a while. so-
any given time, because what was one? So it's funny because I actually was like, can one beat two? I think it can. Like they were that close. Like I had to keep going back and forth because there
We have nothing.
wasn't a huge change. And the funny thing is, this didn't even scream Bookers to me. Like I didn't get that huge nutty. You were saying nut through all of them, but I didn't get normally it's like, oh yeah, that's a Bookers.
maybe-
It's a nut.
it didn't stand out that much. This time.
Mm-mm.
So it was still good. They're all
Still
good.
does.
They are
It's
very,
throwing
very
elbows
good.
and it's an explosion of
They're-
absolute flavor.
So still under $100 every one of these.
Every one of these.
It's you can't go wrong.
Nope.
And if it's too hot, add your water, add your ice. and
Yeah,
you're-
because
you're
when
in
you're
there.
paying $50, $60, $70, you don't mind it. The
I
most
can tell you that-
expensive
I
one
can tell you
won
what,
today. But
we just tried, or I just tried. What the hell is that called? Heaven Hill.
the grain to glass, he did that before we did this one as a warm up, and I told him, I go, that's funny because we got 3 Heaven Hill products.
Yeah, well, it's
you know-
not even close.
No,
So
and it's
for
twice the
$100,
price.
get a Bookers every day, all day.
Yeah,
because it's
or
got a
any
really
other product by
well,
them.
correct.
Because it's better. That's all it is to it.
It
So,
is.
Well, there you go. That's Sunday Funday. If you want to see a future Sunday Funday, leave a comment down below, and we'll put it in the list, and we'll try to get to it when we get to it. There you go. These go long enough. So that being said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more.
Cheers.